Good evening, brothers and sisters. Today I want to speak to the ones who feel it deep in their hearts that their time has come. Yes, I'm talking to the chosen ones, those marked by the universe, by destiny, and by God Himself. Some of you have been seeing signs, a crescent moon in your dreams, the letter M appearing repeatedly in strange places, or an unexplainable pull towards something greater. These are not coincidences. These are divine signals. The crescent moon symbolizes new beginnings, spiritual awakening, and the growing light after darkness. The letter M, it stands for manifestation, miracle, and mission. For too long, you've struggled in silence. Your battles have been private, your tears unseen, and your prayers whispered in the dark. But from this day forward, everything changes. You've reached the tipping point, and now God steps in. When God takes over, it's no longer about your human effort alone. It's about divine alignment, spiritual acceleration, and supernatural provision. Your wealth, whether it's financial, emotional, spiritual, or mental, starts flowing now. You'll no longer beg for opportunities. You'll attract them. Doors that were closed will fly open. People who overlooked you will seek you out. But remember, with this new chapter comes responsibility. Stay humble, stay disciplined, and remember who brought you here. You didn't come this far by accident. You're chosen for a reason, and your time has come. From now on, God takes over. Thank you. Before any major breakthrough in life, the universe has a way of sending signals, small nudges that quietly but powerfully awaken something inside you. These signs are not random. They are part of a divine orchestration designed specifically for you. One of the most common and mystical signs is the appearance of the crescent moon and the letter M, both holding deep spiritual significance. Perhaps you've been seeing the crescent moon at strange times. Maybe it appears unusually bright in the night sky, catching your attention when you're lost in thought. Or you see it repeatedly on jewelry, in dreams, in artwork, or even in passing social media posts that seem targeted at you. Every time you notice it, there's a subtle stirring in your heart, almost as if the universe is whispering, your time is near. And then there's the letter M, showing up on license plates, street signs, receipts, or popping up in random conversations. At first, it feels coincidental, but after the fifth or sixth time, you start to question, is this a message? The truth is, when you are chosen, when you are on the verge of stepping into your divine assignment, the universe starts speaking louder, sending repeated signs until you cannot ignore them. This is God's way of aligning your consciousness with your upcoming transformation. These signs are there to awaken you from spiritual sleep. They're meant to pull you out of confusion, out of stagnation, and into awareness. Often, they appear during moments of doubt, isolation, or emotional exhaustion, when you're just about to give up. That's when God increases the volume on your spiritual radio, broadcasting clear signs like the crescent moon and the letter M to tell you, hold on a little longer, I'm about to intervene. You might find that your intuition becomes sharper during this period. You start feeling like something big is coming, even if you can't logically explain why. Your dreams become more vivid. Random strangers may say things that speak directly to your situation. Numbers, symbols, even lyrics from songs may start feeling like coded messages sent just for you. This is not superstition, this is alignment. The signs serve two purposes. First, to confirm that you are chosen, and second, to prepare you mentally and spiritually for the overflow that's coming. They're not meant to scare you. They are meant to give you hope, to signal that your story is about to shift dramatically. So the next time you see that crescent moon or the letter M catches your eye, pause, breathe, smile. Know in your spirit that you're on schedule with your destiny, and God is closer now than He's ever been. The crescent moon is more than just a beautiful sight in the night sky. For centuries, across different cultures and spiritual traditions, The crescent moon has symbolized new beginnings, spiritual rebirth, and the unfolding of hidden potential. When it starts appearing frequently in your life, it's not by accident. It's a divine symbol sent to prepare you for the next chapter. Think of the moon's phases for a moment. The crescent moon is the first visible sliver of light after the darkness of the new moon. In spiritual terms, this represents the emergence of light after a period of emotional, mental, or spiritual darkness. It's as if God is saying, your season of hidden struggle is over. Now, your light will start to show. You've likely been through a season of emptiness, uncertainty, or setbacks. Things may have felt stagnant or even hopeless. You may have questioned your purpose, your worth, or your direction. But just like the moon never stays in one phase forever, you are now entering a new phase of growth and visibility. The crescent moon is also a sign of potential yet to be fully revealed. It tells you that while you're not at your full capacity yet, the process of increase and expansion has already begun. There's something birthing inside you, whether it's a new career path, a creative idea, a relationship breakthrough, or a spiritual awakening. The light is growing, even if you can't see the full picture yet. On a deeper level, the crescent moon connects you to divine timing. Its slow and steady progression toward fullness is a reminder that everything is unfolding according to a higher plan. There's no need to rush. There's no need to panic. Just like the moon moves gracefully through its phases, your life is moving through divine stages toward fulfillment. In many spiritual traditions, the crescent moon is also seen as a protective symbol, signifying that you are being watched over during this fragile but powerful phase of your life. It's like a spiritual shield, guarding your growth, your energy, and your destiny as you step into your next level. Emotionally, the crescent moon brings a sense of hope and encouragement. It whispers to your soul, you are not forgotten. Your story is not over. The light is returning, and this time it's bringing blessings with it. So every time you see the crescent moon, whether in the sky, in art, on jewelry, or even as a random logo, pause for a moment. Recognize it as a personal love note from God, a gentle but powerful reminder that this is your time of spiritual rebirth and awakening. The appearance of the letter M in your life is not a random coincidence. In the spiritual realm, certain letters carry profound vibrational energy, and M is one of the most powerful among them. When this letter begins to show up repeatedly, in your dreams, in conversations, on license plates, receipts, book titles, street signs, or even in digital messages, it's a clear spiritual nudge that something significant is shifting in your life. So, what does M stand for? At its core, M symbolizes three major forces that are about to become active in your reality: manifestation, miracles, and mission. First, let's talk about manifestation. When the letter M starts appearing, it's a sign that the seeds you planted through your prayers, affirmations, and inner work are about to sprout. The universe is aligning the right people, circumstances, and resources to bring your desires into physical form. Whether you've been visualizing financial increase, emotional healing, career breakthroughs, or deeper spiritual awareness, the energy of manifestation is now surrounding you. This is not the time to doubt. It's the time to expect, to believe, and to stay in alignment with what you've asked for. Next is miracles. The letter M also signals the arrival of unexpected, supernatural help. You may soon witness events that defy logic, doors opening where there were walls, resources showing up just when you need them, and opportunities appearing out of nowhere. These are not accidents. These are orchestrated miracles designed to confirm that you are on the right path. You've been fighting battles that felt too big for you, but now God and the universe are stepping in with divine assistance that will surpass your expectations. When M appears, it is a declaration from the spiritual realm that miraculous intervention is already on its way. And finally, mission, perhaps the most important meaning behind M, is the reminder of your mission here on earth. You are not here by accident. You were sent for a reason, a divine assignment that only you can fulfill. The repetitive appearance of M is God's way of nudging you to awaken to your purpose. It's a call to action. You may feel drawn to help others, to create something meaningful, to lead, to teach, to heal, or to inspire. Your unique gifts and experiences, especially the pain and challenges you've endured, have all been preparing you for this mission. The letter M is like a spiritual alarm clock ringing in your soul, saying, "Wake up, it's time, the world needs what you carry." Emotionally, seeing M can feel like both an invitation and a challenge. It invites you to embrace the miracles and manifestations coming your way, but it also challenges you to rise into the person you were always meant to be. Fear may try to creep in, doubt may whisper in your ear, but the repeated sign of M is a clear reassurance that you are equipped for this next level of life. Additionally, M often marks a transition point where life will no longer remain the same. It suggests that the days of feeling stuck, lost, or overlooked are ending. Now begins a phase where purpose and provision meet, and where destiny takes the lead. So every time you see the letter M going forward, remember its triple promise. Manifestation is unfolding. Miracles are being released, and your mission is being activated. Before you were even aware of the challenges that life would place in front of you, before you could even understand the weight of your existence, you were already chosen. Being a chosen one is not a title you earn. It is a calling placed upon your life long before you were born. You may have wondered, why does my life feel harder than others? Why do I experience deeper emotional battles, longer seasons of waiting, and more moments of loneliness and isolation? It's because those who are chosen are also the ones who must endure the deepest spiritual preparation. To be chosen means you are set apart, not better than others, but different in assignment and responsibility. Your life has been marked for impact. There is something in your DNA, something in your spiritual blueprint that makes you capable of carrying a unique purpose that others cannot. Your journey was never meant to look like everyone else's. That's why you felt out of place in certain circles. That's why you couldn't settle for mediocrity, even when it would have been easier. Many chosen ones go through unexplainable seasons of loss, betrayal, and disappointment. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Every setback you faced was molding your character, sharpening your discernment, and strengthening your spirit. The heartbreaks, the rejections, the moments when you felt invisible, these were all part of the divine conditioning to get you ready for the weight of your calling. Because the truth is, the higher your purpose, the stronger your preparation must be. Being chosen also means that your spiritual sensitivity is heightened. You feel energies more deeply. You pick up on other people's intentions without them saying a word. You sense when something is off, even when everything looks fine on the surface. This level of awareness isn't accidental. It's one of the tools God has given you to navigate your mission with wisdom and protection. But here's another reality about being chosen. You often go through seasons where it feels like God is silent. You pray, but the answers don't come quickly. You ask for direction, but the path remains foggy. This is not because you've been forgotten. On the contrary, silence is often God's greatest sign of trust in you. It means He knows that even without constant reassurance, you will keep moving, you will keep believing, and you will keep showing up for your assignment. You carry something that this world needs, a light, a healing energy, a solution, or a message that can shift people's lives. And often, the enemy fights chosen ones the hardest. The battles you've faced aren't because you're cursed. They're because you're carrying too much power, and the darkness has been trying to stop you before you step fully into your role. But despite everything you've been through, you're still standing, you're still breathing, you're still searching for answers, for truth, for meaning. That's the signature trait of a chosen one. No matter how many times life tries to break you, you rise again. You were designed with a level of spiritual resilience that even you don't fully understand yet. But soon, all the tears, the waiting, the confusion, the loneliness, it will all make sense. Every chapter of your story has been woven together to prepare you for this defining season. You didn't go through all of that pain just to stay the same. You've been set apart for a reason. You are chosen. There comes a point in every chosen one's life where human effort can only take you so far. You've tried everything you know, working harder, praying longer, staying up late, researching, networking, sacrificing, and doing all the things that society teaches us are necessary for success. Yet despite your dedication and consistency, the breakthrough has remained just out of reach. This is the tipping point where divine intervention steps in. When God decides that your waiting season is over, He doesn't ask for your permission. He doesn't check your calendar. He doesn't wait for you to feel ready or worthy. He simply moves, and when He moves, everything in your life begins to shift. Instantly and supernaturally. Divine intervention is when things start happening that you cannot logically explain. It's when phone calls come out of nowhere offering you the opportunity you've been praying for. It's when debts you thought would take years to pay off are suddenly cleared. It's when people you've never met before feel drawn to help you, sponsor you, or bless you without expecting anything in return. It's when job offers, creative ideas, financial breakthroughs, and long-awaited reconciliations show up with perfect timing, as though the universe itself has rearranged its order just to answer your prayers. But divine intervention is not just about material blessings. It's about alignment. It's about God putting you in the right place at the right time, with the right people, and with the right mindset to fully receive what is coming your way. Suddenly, doors that had been locked for years will swing open. Relationships that felt stagnant will either heal or peacefully fall away to make room for better connections. Blockages in your health, mind, and spirit will begin to lift. Another clear sign that divine intervention has begun is the feeling of sudden peace, even before the physical results show up. It's like something inside you just knows, I don't have to struggle for this anymore. God is handling it. You wake up with renewed energy. Ideas start flowing with ease. Obstacles that used to stress you out no longer carry the same weight. Even the people around you begin to notice that something about you feels different, more powerful, more calm, more assured. It's important to understand that divine intervention doesn't operate on human timelines. God works outside of time, moving in ways that defy logic and human calculation. What should have taken 5 years may now take 5 days. What seemed impossible last week becomes your reality this week. This is the speed and force with which divine intervention moves. Sometimes it begins with a sudden shift in your spirit, a whisper that says, stop worrying, stop striving, watch what I'm about to do. It is in these moments that you'll notice a spiritual acceleration happening in your life. Things you've been waiting on for years will suddenly come together effortlessly. People who didn't take you seriously will now recognize your worth. The same environment that once rejected you will now make room for you. And here's something to remember. When divine intervention begins, it often overrides even your own plans. You may have had one vision for how your life would unfold, but when God steps in, He introduces a better, bigger, and more purposeful version of the story. You'll find yourself walking through doors you never knocked on and receiving blessings you never thought to pray for. Divine intervention is God's signature move when He's about to release you into a new level of favor provision, and alignment with your destiny. When people hear the word wealth, the mind often jumps immediately to money, bank accounts, luxury possessions, and material assets. And while financial prosperity is one dimension of wealth, it is by no means the full picture. In fact, when God takes over and releases his version of wealth into your life, it comes in layers, dimensions, and forms far greater and deeper than money alone. True wealth is holistic. It touches every area of your life, your health, your relationships, your peace of mind, your emotional stability, your spiritual growth, your creativity, and your sense of purpose. It's possible to have millions in the bank and still feel empty, depressed, anxious, or lost. But when God-blessed wealth starts to flow into your life, you begin to experience an internal richness that money can't buy. Let's break it down. First, there is emotional wealth. This is the kind of wealth that allows you to wake up in the morning with a clear mind and a heart that feels light instead of burdened. Emotional wealth means having emotional intelligence, self-control, resilience, and the capacity to process challenges without breaking down. It means living without constant anxiety, fear, or emotional exhaustion. It's the ability to protect your peace in the middle of chaos. Then there is spiritual wealth. This is when you're deeply connected to your Creator, fully aware of your purpose, and able to hear divine guidance clearly. Spiritual wealth gives you the discernment to make wise decisions. It gives you faith during uncertain times. It allows you to operate with compassion, humility, and integrity, even when no one is watching. This kind of wealth ensures that your soul is nourished, not just your pockets. Next, consider relational wealth. What's the point of having material riches if you're surrounded by fake people, toxic relationships, or a sense of loneliness? True wealth brings healthy connections. God will send people into your life who uplift you, encourage you, and align with your purpose. Whether it's trustworthy friends, loving family members, supportive mentors, or loyal partners, relational wealth makes life richer and more meaningful. Another layer is mental wealth. This is about clarity of thought, creativity, and vision. When God pours mental wealth into your life, your mind becomes fertile ground for innovative ideas, problem-solving abilities, and wise planning. You'll notice that you start thinking bigger, dreaming clearer, and executing with more confidence. Mental wealth protects you from self-sabotage, overthinking, and decision paralysis. Let's not forget about physical wealth, which includes health and vitality. When your body is strong, your energy is high, and your health is stable, you're able to pursue your dreams with endurance. No amount of money can buy back time lost to illness or fatigue. Divine wealth covers your body with strength and vitality, so you can fulfill your assignment without constant physical setbacks. And finally, of course, there is financial wealth, but this comes as the overflow of all the other forms of wealth. God doesn't just bless your bank account for no reason. Financial increase is meant to support your purpose, bless others, and bring stability and freedom to your life. It's not just about personal luxury. It's about kingdom impact, generational legacy, and being a resource for others. When divine wealth starts flowing, you'll notice that opportunities start chasing you instead of you chasing them. Ideas that seemed impossible will now feel within reach. Resources will start showing up with ease. But it's important to remember, financial wealth is just the fruit, not the root. The root of true wealth lies in your relationship with God, your alignment with your purpose, and your ability to steward your gifts with wisdom and gratitude. When God takes over your wealth, He's not just adding zeros to your income. He's filling every empty place inside you with peace, love, strength, clarity, relationships, health, and purpose. You begin to live a life where you're rich in every way that matters. As your new season of divine wealth, favor, and breakthrough begins, there's a critical principle you must embrace. Stay humble and stay aligned. This is not just a suggestion. It's a spiritual requirement for maintaining the flow of blessings that are now being released into your life. When God begins to elevate you, whether it's financially, spiritually, emotionally, or in your relationships, there is a temptation that often arises with new levels of success, pride, complacency, and spiritual drift. You've prayed for this moment, you've cried for this season, you've endured countless nights of doubt and suffering just to reach this breakthrough. But now that it's here, your challenge will shift from waiting on the blessing to managing the blessing with wisdom and humility. Staying humble means recognizing every day that the source of your increase is not your talent alone. It's not your network, your charm, your education, or even your hard work that produced this overflow. All of those things helped, but the true source, the foundation of it all, is God's hand on your life. It's easy for the ego to swell when people start praising you, when opportunities flood your inbox, when your name starts circulating in rooms you never thought you'd enter. You'll start hearing compliments like, "You're so talented," "You're unstoppable," "You're the smartest person in the room." And while it's fine to acknowledge your gifts, never forget to redirect the glory back to the one who gave you the gifts in the first place. Humility keeps you grounded, it keeps you teachable, it keeps you in a position where God can continue pouring into you without resistance. When you stay humble, you're signaling to heaven, "I know where my help comes from, and I won't forget it." Now, let's talk about alignment. Staying aligned means that your values, decisions, thoughts, and actions remain in harmony with the purpose God has for you. Success has a sneaky way of distracting people. It can lure you into chasing vanity metrics, money for the sake of money, attention for the sake of attention, status for the sake of ego. But God's favor comes with responsibility. Your assignment isn't just to enjoy the blessings, but to steward them wisely. Staying aligned means continuing your spiritual disciplines, even when you're busy or successful. Keep praying, keep meditating, keep showing gratitude, keep listening for divine instruction before making major moves. Just because you've entered a new season of wealth doesn't mean your need for spiritual direction has ended. If anything, it's now more critical than ever. Alignment also means that your heart stays pure. You don't let greed take over. You don't mistreat people who helped you during your difficult seasons. You don't become arrogant toward those who are still waiting for their breakthrough. God doesn't bless you just for you. He blesses you to become a blessing to others. Staying in alignment reminds you of your greater purpose. It keeps you from making decisions that could sabotage your future. It prevents you from falling into traps that are designed to pull chosen ones off their path. In this new season, you'll be trusted with more influence, more resources, more responsibility, and with that trust comes the divine expectation that you'll carry yourself with grace, humility, and wisdom. The more God gives you, the more He expects you to stay connected to Him, to seek Him, to honor Him, and to remain obedient to His leading. Humility and alignment together will serve as spiritual insurance, protecting your blessings and ensuring that what God has given you will multiply instead of diminish. They will guard you against sabotage, prideful decisions, and distractions that look good on the surface but could derail your destiny. So, as the wealth begins to flow, and as the divine doors continue to open, remember this foundational truth. The same God who lifted you up is the same God who will sustain you, but only if you stay humble and remain in alignment with His will and purpose for your life. So now you know. You are not here by accident. The signs you've seen, the crescent moon, the letter M, the quiet whispers in your spirit, they've all been preparing you for this exact moment. You are the chosen one, handpicked for a time such as this. The struggles you've endured weren't for nothing. The nights you cried yourself to sleep, the times you questioned your worth, the moments when you almost gave up. All of it was building something inside you that no force on earth can break. And now, as God takes over, you are stepping into a season where your wealth begins, not just in money, but in love, peace, purpose, and power. But remember, stay humble, stay aligned, keep your heart open. Keep your spirit grateful. Let your success be a testimony to others that when God steps in, nothing stays the same. Walk boldly into your destiny. Embrace the blessings that are flowing your way. And never forget, this is just the beginning. Your new chapter starts now. Thank you.